Hello, welcome to today's class. Our topic today is designing for accessibility. In this lesson, you will learn about accessibility and the value of empathy through designing accessible solutions for hypothetical applications. So, at the end of this class, you should be able to describe the impact of mobile applications on the modern world. You should also be able to explain why accessibility is an important part of designing an application for users. And lastly, you should be able to improve upon an existing application by addressing the needs of users. Do you know what an app is? Remember, app is the short term for application. An application is a software program that's designed to perform a specific function directly for the user. I know you're familiar with some applications on your mobile device. These are some examples of applications that we use daily. For example, we have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, WhatsApp. All these are applications. So do you know how applications has affected the modern world? The use of application has made our lives easier. It has transformed the way we communicate and the way we work. But do you know, even as mobile application has made life easier for everyone, not everyone can use this application successfully for one reason or the other. So this is why we are discussing this topic today, designing for accessibility. Accessibility might not seem like a relevant computer science topic, but creating technology that is accessible for underserved users helps make technology better for everyone else. So people with disabilities face significantly more difficulties when using this application. So that is why, as a designer, you should have them in mind when creating any application. Your application should be accessible to everyone, inclusive of those that are disabled. So, as apps become used by more and more people, app developers often come across issues that they had not considered before, likely because they have never experienced those issues in their own lives. So there's a need for those applications to be improved upon so that it can benefit everybody. So when we talk about accessibility, accessibility is about creating technology for people with disabilities. I'll take that again. Accessibility is about creating technology for people with disabilities. So now we are going to discuss the diversity of abilities. There are many reasons why people may be experiencing varying degrees of disabilities. It can be from birth, it can be from an illness, disease, or accident, or they may develop impairments with age. So as some people age, they become incapable of using certain applications. These disabilities can be physical, it can be visual, it can be auditory, it can be cognitive, it can be speech, that is speech disabilities, and so on. These disabilities are numerous. So if someone has auditory disability, it means that they have a mild or moderate hearing loss in one or both ears. Some people with auditory disabilities can hear sounds, but sometimes not sufficiently to understand all speech, especially when there is background noise. This can include people using hearing aids. Physical disabilities include weakness and limitations of muscular control, such as involuntary movements, including tremors, lack of coordination, or paralysis. Then, visual disabilities range from mild or moderate vision loss in one or both eyes. It could be a vision loss in both eyes, which is blindness. So, when designing with accessibility in mind, we maximize the chances of everyone being able to properly use a product or an application. So, are you still wondering what it means to design for accessibility? To design for accessibility means to be inclusive to the needs of your users. Users with disabilities and even users from different cultures and countries. So now let's look at a designing for accessibility scenario. This is where is a talented kid who loves music. She plays piano and sings very well, but she is visually impaired, but she's not completely blind, but it's difficult for her to see things even if they are near her eyes. She has learned how to play piano differently from kids who aren't visually impaired, but that hasn't stopped her from becoming a great musician. Recently, Webb began creating her own music. She's very proud of it. She would like to record and share her music with her friends. So let's say you created an application called the Gramophone. The Gramophone is a popular new app that allows people to upload and share their own music with friends. But Where has a problem. What is Where's problem? Where needs to use Gramophone to share music. After all, it's the most popular music sharing app. However, she's having a difficult time using the app. Why do you think that is? It can be because the application was not created for people like Where in mind. So as a designer, what do? You try to redesign this application to suit the need of Where. Access by everyone, regardless of disability, is an essential aspect of designing. Making what you are designing accessible helps both disabled and able-bodied alike. So as a designer, you should have empathy and you should try to make your application accessible to everyone. So this brings us to the end of today's class. I hope to see you in my next class. Take care. Bye.